Exactly. And you're growing it enough that you can have a bunch of games that we're going to talk about here in just a minute. But I wanted to ask you, because I believe that at least in the United States, actually listening is a lost art. And a lot of I was a sales manager for a long time,
Hmm.
and I had sales guys that I would go on calls with, and we would be talking to the owner of the restaurant, and the sales guy would ask a question. The owner would answer the question, but I could see it in the sales guy's eyes that he was thinking of a rebuttal to what he was going to say next, rather than listening to the concerns of the person he was talking to and directly addressing those concerns. He was thinking about, okay, what am I going to say next to? And so he didn't even listen to him. So he
Yeah.
would respond in a way that was completely different than what the owner of the restaurant was trying to get out of him. And so I would have to take him aside and say, you need to stop. You need to listen, because listening is how you find out what the customer needs, how you can best serve them,
Hmm.
and what it is within your power to do for them once that you know what they want. But if you don't listen, you'll never know what they want. That was my philosophy. Is it, would you, can I come work for you?
Let me share some visuals with you. And absolutely, you can definitely come work with me, never for me.
Oh,
You know, I mean, you're my main man. You're starting with me, starting center, Division One. Um, this is what happens, my good friend, and you saw it yourself. They're too well rehearsed. They're too commercialized. They're a print. They're not a painting. They're not raw. There's no essence to it. Like what got them into this in the first place. They're a character. They're not in character. And so that's a shame because they have such potential. And the moment that they can put their checkbook away and just start speaking with this individual at this restaurant or wherever else, that's how you're going to get the sale. And I was mentioning before with the Me Too technique, speaking about dogs and stuff, that's usually when I can anchor in and speak to somebody from the noises in the background, from a child or music or a dog. That's when I know I got them, because we can actually have a real conversation that's outside of what you and I were even talking about initially. And so if they can find that sort of Me Too moment, then A, they'll be more active listening then. They can reduce any sort of friction and be a lot more comfortable to speak with them. But no, I do agree that they should be planning their rebuttals ahead, but they're doing more acting. They're not reacting. So I
right.
think once again, that has to do a lot more with dedicated practice. It's not about memorizing your script, it's about when to use it and how to use it. And so, as much as they're trying to impress you, they're depressing you by saying that they're too stiff. And that bothers me. I think people should sway with the wind a little bit. And sometimes things happen naturally. And instead of making 100 phone calls a day, why aren't you and I making 89? So we can be on the phone for an extra 3 to 5 minutes to look up a website to compliment an anniversary or promotion, or just to talk, just to see if I can get the pass to pitch in order to suggest my services. And so they have those skills, but right now people are more non-voice omni-channel. They're doing things through chat, through email support. And the challenges that they would have, my good friend, is that when you don't speak to somebody on the phone, you're reducing the chances of a client retention. You're not able to upsell somebody, forget getting a referral. And even worst case scenario, where let's say you're losing the client or their competition is getting, if they're willing to give you an exit interview and tell you areas in which you could improve or how your competition was able to earn your business, I sometimes find those calls to be even more valuable than